know if you want my aunties, bro.
They're from Chicago. I like my life. I don't want that.
All right. Okay. It's a step forward.
Welcome to the Then and Out podcast. I'm your co-host, C. Diesel. To the left of me, I have Lelouch V. To the right of me, I have Professor E. King. In the comments, Ethan Murphy. And Court is in session. How y'all brothers doing?
Why is it court? Why? Because
we're about to put our trailer on trial today. We're going to determine if this trailer is guilty of some bullshit or innocent of some bullshit. We will determine that today, fellas.
Tell the bitch I'm him, quit playing.
That's what I thought it was. I'm good.
Quick rebuttal with it. I'm here Mustang with it today.
Was that a rebuttal? Was I attacking it? I was just asking the question.
No, it's not a rebuttal. It's a quick response.
Here's the thing. I like the lights you have, those disco lights, plus the snapping fingers. It's like, we're in a club. You're in a club, at least. So dance. Get your ass off, boy. Dance it. How you doing, Dev?
I'm good, boy. Got a good lift in, got a good little pump going. Shoulders is feeling splendiferous today.
Yes.
Auntie Slayer on the way. Hi, Jaunties.
I don't know if you want my aunties, bro.
They're from Chicago. I like my life. I don't want that.
It's not even that. Like they just kind of older.
Now they're gonna see this reaction too. Be like, oh, that's my nephew. He loves me so much. Oh, he doesn't love me that much at all.
Hey, they may treat me right. I don't know. I'll be a sugar baby for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
it depends on which auntie. If it's my dad's side, there's better luck there.
Y'all are young bucks, and I'll keep this really, really brief. There will come a time, probably in your life, where you will see the finer things in life as far as cougars and people that are older than you, and you realize there are definitely some virtues to appreciate about older, sweeter berries. I'll leave it at that.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're an ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That was funny.
That's why we made this. Like a satellite for deep space, but quanta.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm.
Just like you dumbass.
Turn it off. Now.
So is this Dark a super genius or something?
Looks like it.
All right, so his daughter aged up a little bit. Okay, that's who that was. I was trying to figure out who the hell that was.
I mean, they aged her up in Endgame after the 5 year sound scale.
I forgot. Yeah. She looks familiar. What is she?
Yeah, she's in something else.
She's a really familiar face.
Yeah. What is that?
Whoa.
This looks real cool right here.
It's a secret universe beneath
the
ours.
song.
What are you so afraid of?
Sand. Rocket Man almost.
There's something I never told you.
Oh, Janet is kind of bad. Who plays Janet? Jesus.
Just Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, Michelle.
It is Catwoman.
That's who that is. Oh, man. I got a story about that later. Bill Murray?
And
this is some
more time.
Wild shit. What is that?
Help me. So, what's it gonna be? Antman.
No, there's never enough John Majors. I'll be honest about that to your face.
Guys, I don't know how to feel, and I'm kind of scared because I don't know how to feel. Like, this movie to me felt kind of like the Thor trailer, where there's a lot of stuff going on, and you can't really, like, the only thing we know, like for Thor, the only thing we knew, Gore's coming, Bale's Gore, and we know that's going to be a thing. We know Janet Van Dyne, not Janet Van Dyne, we know Jane Foster Thor's gonna be a thing. With this one, we know Majors is here, his daughter's aunt girl or whatever she's gonna be now.
Cassie. So yeah.
And that's about it. There's a lot going on in that trailer between Bill Murray, beautiful Michelle
Bill
Pfeiffer
Murray
making a return. Jesus Christ, Bill Murray's the random. That was kind of random.
That's the what? And of all the randomness I saw in that trailer in that world of Quantumania,
that's the most random.
that stands out as the most random. And we saw giant cockroaches, and still Bill Murray, just his face is more random than that.
I feel like this is gonna be more random than Zombieland.
Oh, his cameo. I mean, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for I don't know how.
Can we say it was short lived?
Too soon. Too soon? Is that?
No, he lived through that, didn't he? I thought he was being. Did you see the new one?
No, he got so.
I thought he was in the new one. I couldn't remember. Never mind. Anyway, this movie in particular.
This movie. Oh yeah, this movie.
What do you guys? Do you have any expectations in regards of what you want to see out of this?
I hope it's the first Ant-Man movie I enjoy.
Yeah. Well, damn.
Yeah. I'm not like Otis East. I actually do like Ant-Man 1. Ant-Man 2, even though I had Larry Fishburne and that gorgeous woman who played Ghost, I can't remember her name now. I still wasn't the biggest fan of that film. You don't talk about Dev. She was also in episode of Black Mirror. But I wasn't the biggest fan of that film. However, I do like Paul Rudd as an actor most of the time. He's a likable enough guy. Say what you will. However, I don't have right now the best feeling going into this movie. It does seem like a lot, and I'm not sure where it's heading.
The only thing I'd say I'm hopeful for is a different type of Marvel villain. I love Jonathan Majors, and we all know
a good villain.
I've talked about this before. I think all these villains legitimately. Well, you're not counting Thanos, right?
It's not counting Thanos.
Not counting Thanos. Okay. I genuinely think all the villains start well. Like the introduction for damn near every villain has been intimidating. It was dope, and then it just doesn't. They don't stick the landing. But that's a conversation for another day. I want a different type of villain. I feel like villains in the past, outside of Thanos, even him to an extent, have just been like evil. Right. I'm evil. I'm here to kill things. I'd like some form of nuance when it comes to Jonathan Majors, but he's a big proponent. While I was really like caping for Mephisto to come in. So
Mephisto, we do know he exists in the MCU now.
Just because he's the type of dude, almost like what Alfred said in The Dark Knight, like some people just want to watch the world burn. Mm-hmm. He doesn't just want to destroy. He just wants to just fuck with people, and that is through a plethora of different methods that he has. But I'd like to see something similar to that with Kang to an extent, as far as his motivations not being very straightforward. Of he has one thing that triggered him to want to kill everything, or you know what I mean. I like some form of nuance, and again, I think we got that with Thanos to an extent, which is why he's probably the better villain out of the plethora that we got.
Yes, I think so. Part of it is we're all anime fans, anime head and manga heads here. Those antagonists tend to be more nuanced because they're not binary typically. And Jonathan Majors' character, when we saw the original version of him as Kang, or the one who lives, what's it called, y'all? Not the one who lives,
the
one
man
who survives, or
it
was the one who's something. That in Loki they called him that, the one who's something.
I'm trying to remember. Go ahead. I'll look that up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But that version of that character is very nuanced, and he was very much non-binary. Also, you couldn't figure out what his entire. I enjoyed watching him just every second he was on screen. I enjoyed it, and in the way he was explaining his motives for everything he was doing was engaging. I really, really hope that this iteration of Kang is the same way in some capacity, because Kang, I know in the comic books, he's had all kinds of motives and things he's done. He's even been a hero before. He's fought alongside them in Secret Wars and shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm very, very curious to see how they portray Kang, or which iteration of Kang is in this film. And I do think that I do trust John Majors to do more than is on paper. He will bring more to the role than whatever they anticipate. So.
He was He Who Remains is the name of the character.
He Who Remains. Damn.
He Who Remains.
Mm-hmm.
He Who Remains.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think I'm at a point now to where All right, I trust Jonathan Majors to make this. Even if Paul Rudd doesn't pull in the best performance, even if the other cast doesn't, I full-heartedly have faith in Jonathan Majors to carry this film as a villain. Just because we go ahead. My bad.
No, I was like, yeah, that happens sometimes where the villain does make the difference. Like, I mean, let's be honest, Dark Knight is what it is because of Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, yes, it was.
Yeah,
and I'm expecting a similar performance to that. Well, not obviously that's the same performance, but as far as the grand scale of quality acting we're going to get from him, which it's going to be interesting because they made it very apparent that all these different versions of Kang are different, which I'm excited to get an Iron Lad. I don't know if they're going to have that be a thing at some point. Sure. For people that don't know, Iron Lad is just a younger version of Kang, which is he's a hero in the Young Avengers. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I know the Young Avengers is coming to some extent in the future. So I don't know if that's going to play a part of it, and that's going to be a big major factor of the Kang arc going forward. But that'd be nice.
Yeah, nice pun there, by the way. The major factor. The thing about it is I'm curious to see how he gets to the quantum realm, A, and B, why he's there. Is he there on purpose? What's he trying to do? Is he there to acquire some material? So I'm just curious why he would be there. I'm curious also why Bill Murray is there. I mean, goddamn, Bill Murray's in this movie, y'all.
Seriously.
I mean, this happened.
What's the last thing? I'm not going to get into that rabbit hole. But I'm also very excited.
It was the 3 Afterlife,
which was a good movie. I enjoyed that one. The recent one.
I've heard good things about it.
I need to watch it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was that? Was the Paul Rudd? That wasn't that long thing. He was we'll get into that later, if not at all. But yes, the thing I'm excited for the most is probably to see an aspect of Marvel that I'm not the most familiar with. I haven't read a lot of issues or even seen a lot of arcs with the quantum verse or quantum universe being a thing. I've heard it referenced, but I haven't really read a story in which that was like the main setting, like the main thing going on where characters were there. So it'd be interesting to see something that I just can't guess everything, or I don't understand every cameo being brought up. Not to say I'm like a Marvel savant, but it's just I've read a lot of comics. You guys have read a lot of comics. A lot of blurs have read a lot of comics. So we kind of see where a lot of this stuff is going. It's kind of like anime in a sense, where we kind of just wait to see the pages put on screen. But it'd be nice to see something I haven't seen before.
Right, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I really do hope that it's not all spectacle and no story. That's kind of that was kind of a little bit of a vibe that we had with some of the beef people had with Thor: Love and Thunder. It was too much spectacle and not quite enough of the story making sense. I really do hope. I don't know who the writer director of this. I probably should know. I don't know if it was Peyton Reed again, but I
do you feel like the story has been strong for any of the Ant-Man movies prior?
So that's the thing. Strong? Not necessarily. I did like the concept in the first movie, the idea that the original Ant-Man is like, yeah, I need something done, and I don't want to endanger my own daughter, so I'm gonna put this ex-criminal, ex-con that is basically it's very expendable, put him in there. And I like how the ex-con knew it. He's like, yeah, I'm nothing. I'm doing this because I had no other choice. The end. It's a weird, almost not anti-hero, but kind of a weird, like, redemption story in a way. So I appreciate that overall concept. I'm curious to see what they do with this story. Hopefully it works. I don't know.
We can't forget the phenomenal acting of.
How did you? Yeah, go ahead, Charlie.
We can't forget the amazing acting of Tip Harris in that first Iron Man movie.
It's like I feel like sometimes he didn't know he was in a movie, but didn't care either way.
The best part of that movie is just the random monologues from what's his name?
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Michael Pena,
yeah. That was the I think that's kind of unanimously agreed. Those are the best part of that movie.
Indubitably.
SAT words.
Big words, big vocabulary. Yeah, guys. You guys have any other closing remarks on this trailer? Because again, it wasn't that much, but enough for me to be excited. I'm excited, but I'm kind of scared.
That did not excite me. Like I said, it gave me Thor Ragnarok vibes, and y'all know how I feel about Ragnarok.
I won't say that I won't say that all the way, because we didn't hear an AC/DC song in the trailer.
No, but we did hear an Elton John. That's Elton John song, right, fam? That was Elton John song we're listening to.
Don't get me started. I don't know.
Okay, I can't quite place it, but
that is not my genre of
music.
music.
I didn't think that was a song at all. I thought it was like a original.
No, it's a classic. Yes, I mean I'm sure they spent millions of dollars just for that song and that trailer. But I can't quite place it. I'll look it up. Maybe we'll put it in the post. But anyways, I'm not entirely sure what the tone is. Sometimes you try to figure what the tone of a movie is, and I couldn't quite figure what the tone was. And then because our boy Jonathan motherfucking Majors only had a brief cameo at the end. I was like, I'm really not sure what to make of this. So I honestly don't know. All that to say, I don't know.
All right, well, guys,
I do have one question though. One question: did y'all see Bill Murray in this thing, or was it just me?
Yeah, not at all. That was not a fever dream.
Okay. All right.
For me, it was.
It might have. Yeah, I don't.
I saw the genie.
What'd you say, Otis? What'd you say?
The genie.
Yeah, someone said the genie. What's the genie?
Mm-hmm.
What genie?
What are we having a fever dream?
Never mind. I didn't get it. Anyway, what were you about to say?
I feel like if you were talking to isn't that Robin Williams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was Robin Williams. That's crazy.
Wait, so you thought?
I thought they were the same person for a second. R.I.P. Robin Williams.
All white guys look alike to you.
I didn't say that. You said it, not me.
I'm assuming and presuming. This is fantastic. This is a great reaction. I think.
Maybe wrote a Buttercup film.
Monetized.
Oh yeah. What are you trying to say? Otis,
I don't even remember now.
I don't either. I don't even know where we are. What are we doing? What happened?
Because I was getting ready to go on a rant, and then I completely forgot now. It's gone.
Y'all,
old age.
Deuces. See y'all later. We out of here. See you next time.
Here.
Please be good for the first time. I'm begging you.